everybody, Liz here. So today I am doing the I Am the Reader book tag that I stole from Molly Reads. I'm going to leave her video linked down below so you guys can go check that out. So without further ado, let me get started. Yes, I'm wearing my glasses today because why not? And I look a little different, but totally beside the point. So let me get started. I have the questions on my phone because I can't remember them. So the first question is, choose one word that describes you as a reader. I think the word that best describes me as a reader is a lover, and the reason I choose lover is because I tend to love all of the books. I tend to love everything about them, adventure and just love, because I don't really go into a book expecting to dislike something, and you know, a lot of people do end up looking at things that they don't want. Now as I've become older, I'm starting to kind of look more into stuff that I don't love, but I think for me personally, love is just something that describes me as a reader. I love to read, I love to get transported into new worlds, I love to discover new worlds, I love to discover new characters and just new authors and all that stuff. So definitely a lover for me would be the best word to describe me as a reader. So question number 2 is, what's the first book you fell in love with? So I think when I think of the first book I fell in love with and that I really kind of got to appreciate, and that's going to be Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I've had other books that I've really fallen in love with and that I still enjoy, but I think Red Rising has been the first book that really allowed me to explore myself as a reader and explore things I like and didn't like. It's the book that anybody tells me what my favorite book is, it's definitely going to be the entire series, but particularly Red Rising. It kind of changed my world a little bit. It brought me into sci-fi, which I wasn't a huge fan of, and into kind of all of the aspects that's going on with reading, and really delve into reading and dissecting, and it's really the first fandom that I was part of, so definitely that one is for me. So the next one is hardback or paperbacks. So I personally love hardbacks a little better. They're sturdier, they look prettier on your shelves, they stand a little better. Obviously they're more expensive, so I buy paperbacks. Most of my books are paperbacks, but I do have a special place in my heart for hardbacks. So the next question is, how has reading shaped your identity? So I think this one is pretty easy. It's really kind of helped me come out as a person and kind of get to know myself a little bit better through reading and through talking about books, and even the experiences in books have really opened up a lot of doors for me, both out in the real world and inside. I've gotten to know kind of who I am. I'm more sympathetic. I can understand, you know, other people's circumstances a little better, and I feel like that has shaped me to be a better person than I was when I was younger. At least I hope it has. So definitely in that way it's been very positive. So it has improved my identity, and I mean, a lot of who I am as a person kind of surrounds the idea of books and, you know, storytelling and all that stuff. It's part of my culture too. Telling stories has always been something that's fascinated me, so having the ability to read them and to kind of jump in and really explore all that stuff has become kind of who I am. I love to tell stories and I love to hang out with people that have stories, so I think it's, you know, shaped my identity in a huge and positive way. I don't know if I just rambled on, but I hope that made sense. So the next question is, what book do you read when you need to be comforted? So for this one, the book that I think I have read the most, and whenever I'm kind of in a slump I pick up, is The Darkest Pleasure by Jenna Showalter. It was one of the first it was the first book I read in the series, in the Lords of the Underworld series, and it's kind of the perfect balance of romance and paranormal and mythology and just action and a little bit of everything. And I love the couple, because it's obviously a romance, so I love the couples in there, and I love the storyline of that particular novel. So whenever I'm feeling down, or whenever I kind of just need a book to pick up, it's definitely going to be that one. Now recently it's become also Red Rising. I'm actually rereading it again now that the red cover for Iron Gold came out, so those two I think are my comfort ones that I can definitely be like, this is gonna be it. I feel also Harry Potter, but I've just read it, so it technically doesn't count as a comfort. I know fanfic and canons for Harry Potter count, but I don't really think so. So who taught you to be a reader, or did you pick it up on your own? So technically my mom did when I was younger. She helped me become a reader by reading to me. The book that she read to me the most was The Little Mermaid, and because of that I always think back to reading. But I think as an adult I kind of picked it up on my own. I can't even remember pinpoint exactly the moment where I was like, reading, I want to do this. I just kind of became enticed with storytelling again and kind of escaping my reality and entering a reality that everything kind of got tied up and nice and easy, especially when I was younger. So I kind of taught myself, but it was something that was born from my mom reading to me when I was younger. So what next one is describe your dream reading lounge. I think about this consistently when I'm reading or I'm trying to find a place to read, and for me would be a giant room, obviously, with bookshelves all around me and windows in between those, and the top would be a window so that the light in. There would be music, soft jazz or classical, very, very softly playing around. The room is the perfect temperature. There's a fireplace that's safe, that won't burn anything down, and there's lots of pillows and blankets and bean bags and comfortable places to sit down, and fuzzy socks and hot chocolate and coffee and snacks that won't smudge my books. So definitely that is kind of the perfect reading lounge for me, because yeah, light, just that's what I dream about. That's, I will one day have a room like that in my house, hopefully. So the next and the final question is, what book changed the way you act or see the world? Well, this one was kind of hard, I think, but I recently, at least this past year, 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why was kind of the book that helped me see the world differently. Like, yes, as someone who has had depression in the past and suicidal thoughts, you know that words affect you or other people, but I think this book reiterated that for me. You don't realize how small of an action has such a giant ripple effect, and it made me remember how to be cautious about what I say and how I act and what I do, because it might not seem like a horrible thing to me or like an even impactful thing or a significant thing. It can definitely be that way to somebody else, so just kind of be more mindful of the way I see things and do things, and pay attention more to people around me, whether they're close or they aren't. So definitely that book helped me remember that, and it changed the way I kind of react to certain situations or certain people, or even just to everyday events. So that one is definitely the book this year, at least, that has changed the way I see things and I act. I don't have any more questions. I think that's the last one. I think I said that. So yes, that is the I am the reader tag. I hope you guys liked my answers. I would love to hear what you guys would have to say to all of these questions. I very much like to get to know other readers, and yeah, so feel free to take this tag like I took it from Molly and make it all your own. I feel like everybody has done this tag, so I'm kind of late in the game. As you can see now in my back, I am back in my bookshelves. I still have quite a few travel vlogs to upload, so I will have those out as well intermediately with, if that even a word properly, in between my reading ones as well, since I have a few book reviews due and maybe a few more tags. Who knows? We shall see in the next couple days. But yes, that is all from me. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night whenever you happen to be watching this. Happy readings. Adios.